that strength is for better compression and thicker muscles, not because you need to flex in order to belt. Hi, I'm Draven Gray with The Only Singer, where we combine over 50 years experience as professional singers, songwriters, and producers to help you become the singer you've always wanted to be. Now, I get a question a lot about belting without strain, without pushing. How do you do that? I've seen so many people push and be super loud and be big and open and projecting like crazy, and you hold your ears because it's so loud, but you can see veins popping out of their neck. Is it possible to belt without being loud? Is it possible to belt without all that push? I think the answer will surprise you. Belting is first a shape, and you might have heard me say this before. Let me reinforce this for you. Belting is a shape first and foremost, a vocal mode, a shape of the vocal tract and the musculature, of the resonance and the pressure of the voice, and it creates a very specific sound. That is a belt, vocal mode. So it sounds like a belt. I'm not saying it doesn't take strength, thickness of the muscle groups, but that strength is for better compression and thicker muscles, not because you need to flex in order to belt. It might help to flex a little when training for strength, but it's not necessary when singing a song. It's just not necessary. Let me give you an example. So belting. Hey! I can be loud. I can be huge with that. I can go to a heavier mass or heavier amount of throttle and breast support, more weight that I'm putting into that it's loud. Now, I'm on a microphone right now that's compressed, so you may not hear the difference between these, which is a good example of why you don't need to push. You just shape for the belt. So that was heavy. That was close to shouting. Let me show you the same thing. I have a big open space. Okay, I'm shaping for a belt now. More pressure this way. Hey! More pressure this way. Drop my larynx just a little bit. More pressure that way. More pressure back. So I opened up the resonance chamber, but I also had more compression. I wasn't, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't big open throat opera. It was forward. I had some compression in it. How do I do that lighter? Same shape. Hey! That was medium light. Hey! On a microphone, that should sound about the same, if not exactly the same. So that was medium light. That was much lighter, much quieter. I was resonating a whole lot. I still had the sound of a belt, but I didn't need to push for it. There's no reason to push for it. There's no reason to flex into it. I just made that shape. And then I adjust my breath support to bring back some resonance, to make it feel more emotional, bring it back some of that pressure. But it wasn't heavy. Maybe at a medium mass, a medium level throttle in my voice. It was comfortable. It was easy, but it had enough pressure that I'm like, yeah, that feels good too. So did you see how I did that? Hey! There's my belt shape. Pay attention to it. Do it. Do it. Hey! Like yell out, call out, like you're trying to get the attention of the person on the other side of the wall or maybe outside, like through your window. You're really trying to grab their attention. Do that. Pay attention to what it feels like. So where's your tongue? Where's your larynx? How's the pressure moving? And where's that sound going to eventually? Like, what's that feeling? And now I want you to do that lighter. Recreate that shape. Hey! 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 Recreate that shape. Add a little bit more breath support to it, but lean into the resonance. Don't just get loud. Don't just start pushing. Cry more. Get more into that resonance, more top-down resonance. Hey! You'll get louder. Hey, you up your mass, up your throttle, your breath support just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot. Now, your only limitation in training coordination and strength, I said that wrong. It's not in training. It is training coordination and strength. That's really your only limitation in this. It's about training for that placement and getting used to it and building it into muscle memory. It's about going through training routines that keep taking you back to that spot and help you tune the formants, help you tune the shape of your vocal tract to get that placement right and to open up in that way without having to push. It's about building strength up so you can belt up higher without having to push. It's because your muscles are thicker from you doing strength training routines. Okay, now there are some specific exercises that can help you do just that. If you already have decent foundations, the up and out feeling, the good sigh and cry that we talk about in our other videos, that and you're crying into, you're leaning through the diaphragm into a little bit of a whimper. That's lifted, it's up and out, it's behind your nose and into your brow. If you can get that sigh and cry and you're away from your throat, like we talk about in our other videos, let's dive into an example exercise you could be doing. Now, if you don't quite have those foundations down, I do suggest you go back to them. You go through some of our more foundational videos, our Rock 101 videos like that, just to get an idea of it. But you can do this within these exercises too. Up and out. Up and out. Release the voice. Don't push it. Sigh through the voice. Into the placement. And now what I want you to do is start with what's called dampen and release. It's from the Vocalist Studio exercises, which I'm an instructor in. I'm a certified instructor with the Vocalist Studio. And I want to say dampen and release is about larynx dampening. You bring it down just a bit. It strengthens the strap muscles that hold your larynx in place and stabilize it. It strengthens the TA muscles, the thyroidarytenoids that are your chest voice muscles that thicken up the vocal folds. It strengthens your vocalis muscles that open and close the vocal folds and helps you get better compression. It strengthens everything you need for a belt sound. And I want you to do this medium heavy. It's on the heavier side because you're building strength, not because you're singing a song and this is hard to sing. That just means you're not shaping right. This is about building the strength so that you don't have to push when you're up higher, okay? Now, dampen and release. Buh is what I want you to start with. We're starting with a plosive. Buh. You could do a g, a duh, a th, like anything that has an explosion of air, but we're going to use a B because it kind of pushes the larynx down just a tad. It dampens the larynx just a bit. And I go up the fifth, up a sliding fifth. So let's say for men, start down here. B. Pay attention to staying up and out, but you want some resistance. You want some pressure. If you can do it over your first bridge, let's do it there. This will help you sing over your first bridge, by the way. Be okay with it being a little strong, a little bit of resistance there, as long as you're not shouting. Bay! And then I want you to do an attack and release back down to It's not a harsh attack. It's going straight into a vowel. Ay! So dampen and release, bay, slide up a fifth, attack and release, slide back down. Bay! Ay! If you can do that over your bridge, with that even better. So women, you'd probably be up here. Bay! Ay! Now that's meant to be heavy. That's meant to be on the heavier side, just not shouting. That is a training routine. That's a strength training routine. And what I want you to think of, I keep saying heavy. I'm talking about mass. I'm talking about throttle, light, medium, heavy. What I want you to think of is it's hard, not heavy. Hard, not heavy. You're lifting weights. That's hard, not heavy. So you want some resistance. It's loud singing, not shouting. Loud singing, but not shouting. It's pulling chest. Sure, but don't shout. You're shaping for the sound, not pushing for it. Okay, so you're shaping a belt vocal mode, not pushing to create it. So remember, a belt is first and foremost the shape, then the support of that shape. And if you just can't get it, then do the strength training routine a few days a week. Do it for a few weeks. I have no doubt that you'll start to see results fast, and you'll start to get those thicker muscles. You'll start to be able to pull up higher, and then realize, I don't have to pull chest to sing that. I'm just shaping into it. And if you want lessons from us, if you want lessons from one of the Rock Singing Lessons team, definitely get in contact with us. Check out the website, rocksinginglessons.com. Go to theunleashedsinger.com. We'll have links to it there as well. We can help you build that training routine for what you're trying to do. Hope to see you there.